Okay, I've been on this earth long enough to experience many embarrassing things, and some have lapsed, so I can actually share them now and I can laugh about them. Although at the time it was traumatizing, and I dare not use them as gist in my academic years. Yeah. My grandmother has been fondly known as Iya Oni Panla for many years, which I guess when you translate into English doesn't sound as endearing. But trust me, it is, isn't it? So as my grandmother is Iya Oni Panla, my mom is Omo Iya Oni Panla, which will make me Omo Iya Oni Panla. I can't actually remember why they call my grandmother Iya Oni Panla. I'm going to assume because she really loves it. She loves Panla. My mother, on the other hand, stayed true to her title. And when I was in primary school, she sold Panla. And we lived in a 2-bedroom house and a 2-bedroom flat in London, especially back then. And now, to be honest, London houses are usually a lot smaller than people would know, like say in the US and Nigeria. So yeah, it was a small 2-bed flat. We didn't have much storage space. But when has that ever stopped a Nigerian mother to acquire things? Anyway, I digress. But the storage for the panla fish, believe it or not, was in my room. Yes. And I still picture it now. As it was in my room, I would hang my uniform. It was actually near where I would hang my uniform for the day. And when I think back, why would I do that? But I was a little girl. What did I know? As the panla fish was underneath my school uniform, so was the aroma, which those of us in the house had become accustomed to. So we didn't even realize until one fateful day, the kids at school were starting to say that, oh, she smells like fish, she smells like fish. I remember so vividly that I was thinking, what smells like fish? It can't be me. And I do remember smelling myself. I'm like, nah, I just smell like fish. What's that? That's how you know it. When you're accustomed to a smell, you really cannot smell it. So when people say that, oh, somebody smells like body odor, how can they not know that they smell like body odor? Apparently, it's possible. Anyway, so I was like, it cannot be me that I use hard sponge and Crusader soap to bathe. There's no way that I'm smelling. It's impossible. Well, I thought the kids were just being mean, but apparently it wasn't just the kids, because when my teacher called me, she had a shocked look on her face. She was just like, oh, I should come to the school office. So I went to the school office and he was waiting there for me, my dad. They had called my dad. So he came to take me home. He took me home. He bathed me again, bought me a sandwich, bought me Ribena. That was a very fond memory, actually. You know, my dad, number one, picking me up from school in the middle of the day and actually buying me a sandwich and Ribena. I felt like I was enjoying. But when I think back, I'm like, hold on, like what I thought was enjoyment then was actually me being quarantined because I smelled like panla fish. Hi. Oh, Shano. Anyway, I think back to all of that and I thank God for my mom. I thank God for my grandmother. They did menial jobs in order to put food on the table and to make sure that me and my sisters were in good health and we had clothes on our backs and we had food to eat. And I'm grateful for them. And I know now, being a mom and an adult myself, I know I can just only guess how hard it must have been for them at that time. It was very challenging that time. We are very blessed in this day and age, like with the types of jobs that we can get. Like, I think about it and I'm like, a lot of people that are very successful today, that have done very well today, many years ago, did very menial jobs that people would not even think. Like, sometimes some people wouldn't even like, oh, I can't do that kind of job now. Like, but these people were like educated. They were educated. My parents were educated. And yet, when they came to this country, they did menial jobs in order to establish themselves and their children. And I'm very, very grateful to them. So I want to just start this here, and I want us to, you know, shout out and to commend those of our parents, of our loved ones, of our family members that have gone out of their way, that have really, you know, done things done jobs, like legal jobs that maybe they can, like, you know, they shouldn't have had to have done, but they did because they wanted to make sure that you were in good standing. I want us to just shout them out today, commend them today, thank them today, because I thank God for my family. I thank God for my parents. They did these things so that I didn't have to. And that has put me and my sisters in the position where we can choose the kind of work that we do, like, comfortably. And I'm really, really grateful for that. I'm grateful for that. My name is Yetundevlogs. Omo Iya Oni Panla. Who are you? Thank you for watching. See you guys in my next video. Bye.